Hi, Mark Medina with the LA Times. I'm standing here at Staples Center where the Lakers just came out with an exciting finish with the final score of 87-86 against the Clippers. It was essentially, or allegedly, a road game, but it was at the same venue. But lots of ugly basketball at the beginning of the game, not a lot of rhythm, but the Lakers were able to prevail because a lot of key plays down the stretch, and obviously the most important one was Derek Fisher. He got an inbounds pass up at the top of the key for Matt Barnes with about 3 seconds left. He saw an opening through the lane, drove past Eric Bledsoe and was able to get that layup. And even though it was somewhat of a different type of play, Fisher acknowledged afterwards that he thought it resembled a little bit of his coast-to-coast layup that he performed in Game 3 of the 2010 NBA Finals against the Boston Celtics. And obviously this is nothing new for Derek Fisher. He's hit lots of key shots down the stretch in his career, even when he's going through different shooting slumps and different struggles with defending quick young guards. He's still dependable in this area with just getting key plays down the stretch. And then after the game, he talked to the team just about how he wasn't satisfied with their play thus far. There are lots of games after their 8-0 start where it seemed like they're a little bit lackadaisical executing as well as before in terms of offensive and defensive efforts. So he wanted to emphasize before the Lakers start a 6-game trip beginning Friday at Chicago, ending December 19th at Toronto, that they just need to work on sharpening their play. But even when the Lakers showed some bad signs against the Clippers, most importantly Pau Gasol with just appearing like he didn't have a lot of energy because of all those heavy minutes he's been logging, the Lakers can take comfort that their experience paid off down the stretch. They're able to make a lot of key plays. Another thing to note is Ron Artest made a lot of huge defensive stops on Blake Griffin. He joked before the game that with just how athletic and how much of a highlight reel Blake Griffin has put together so far in his rookie campaign, that Ron Artest would be honored if Blake Griffin dunked on him, and that way he could get a poster, buy it, have Blake Griffin sign it for him. But obviously he's just being himself and just joking around. But he was able to make a lot of key stops on him, especially late down the stretch, that fueled their run. Now, how did this all start? Phil Jackson pointed to the sharp shooting from Shannon Brown late in the third quarter, which also included a half-court shot just before time expired in the third quarter, and he thought a lot of that ball movement, a lot of that energy that resulted in Shannon hitting a lot of points late in the quarter had a trickle effect with the bench. Then when the starters came back in, like Kobe Bryant was hitting some shots, Lamar Odom was hitting some shots. And even though Lamar got in foul trouble and had to foul out late in the game, Lakers were still able to absorb that because of Ron Artest's defense in the interior. And it seems like with every Lakers games, there's always a medical update. Derek Character suffered a sprained left ankle early in the game, and obviously that's going to bring a lot of concerns in terms of, they're already thin front line with Andrew Bynum still rehabbing. He's not expected to return until maybe as early as next week when they play Washington on December 14th. But as you know, with Andrew's timetable, it seems to fluctuate every now and again. And Theo Ratliff is also rehabbing from his surgically repaired left knee. Now, as far as Derek Character's injury is concerned, both Phil Jackson and Derek after the game said it wasn't too serious. He is listed as day-to-day, but it still prompts us concerns about how they're going to be able to absorb that, whether Pau Gasol can continue playing heavy minutes. But although it wasn't pretty, Lakers were able to eke out a victory against the Clippers, 87-86. See if they can carry those type of late game plays down the stretch when they hit the road starting Friday.